Cheaper is definitely not better. When you're considering your veneers, sometimes it's better to go to the best possible clinician that you can find, and cheaper is not always better. There's modern techniques, modern materials that factor into the final outcome, and you really have to do your research before you let someone touch your teeth. The fact that this was done in 4 days isn't necessarily the issue. The fact that it was done in a way where it damaged her bite and overprepped her teeth, that's the bigger problem. Usually, a proper set of veneers will take a minimum of a few weeks to have a master ceramist make them by hand to make them look natural. There's a lot of records and essentially functional aspects that need to be considered. It's really hard to get it done in such a short amount of time and get a world-class outcome. So over here, we could see that the patient said that as soon as they were put in, she knew something was off. There's so many red flags in this case, but having it done in 4 days, having the bite feel completely off, these are things that should always be taken into consideration in the planning phase. Whenever we're working on a set of veneers, the functional aspect is just as important as the aesthetic outcome. And just like when you're building a house, you want to have a blueprint for what the new smile should look like and how it should function in the mouth. You can't just jump in and do a bunch of work, put in some new restorations and hope that everything's gonna work correctly. When things don't function correctly in the mouth, the outcome is a disaster. And in this specific case, the patient's talking about how one of their front teeth broke off. This probably has to do with the fact that the bite was completely off, and this case was rushed and not really well planned. Cheaper is not always better.